MapleStory-N is heading for a make it or break it situation in 2026. Today we're going to be talking about NXPC, the token behind MapleStory-N. The total supply of NXPC is set to 1 billion tokens. Current supply is 23.4% and the remaining supply locked behind is 76%. According to the tokenomics page, it is set to release over a course of 5 years. 2026 is unique because it is the first year which a new supply of NXPC tokens will be released to the market. For a market to be healthy, there needs to be an equilibrium of supply and demand. Players need a reason to hold NXPC and the market needs to have a reason to hold it as well. Currently, MapleStory-N is using NXPC to swap with an in-game currency known as Mesos. Mesos can be used to engage with the game mechanics such as increasing the potential of your gear, purchasing items, and buying and trading NFTs. When this happens, NXPC is temporarily taken off the table to help curb the demand temporarily. The other part of it is permanent removal of small chunks of NXPC via gas fees. The golden question is, does the supply grow fast enough to meet the demand? We can't just look at the price of NXPC and speculate. We have to see the amount of transactions behind the scenes. The amount of unique active wallets has been somewhat stagnant. Also, data shows that the amount of new registered users are also in stagnation. However, if we look at the total amount of users, we can see it steadily increasing over the period of 6 months. This only paints two ways for MapleStory-N to hit. The first, make it case. Now, when supply meets up with demand and the growth of players with reason to hold NXPC and engage with the marketplace and economy of MapleStory, MapleStory-N is set for a bright future ahead. Sustainable, fun, and players actively engaging in the economy, minting NFTs, trading, buying, and selling. The demand for NXPC and eventually its price will go up. The second path for MapleStory-N is that the growth of players is not enough to sustain and keep up with the supply. There will be too much supply, not enough players to consume and engage with the market. That would eventually cause a downward trend of NXPC and the constant selling pressure will increase. It will be a seller's market next year. I do see a good path for MapleStory-N. It seems that Nexon is rather competent in managing their first blockchain game. Comparing with a lot of other Web3 games, it is more fun and engaging. Comparing with other blockchain games, MapleStory-N is currently sitting at a good position where you can play the game in its entirety. It is backed by a strong team, a good game, a fun and engaging experience, which I can't say for other NFT games. In conclusion, NXPC isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a bet on the gaming ecosystem. And 2026 is a big test year where a lot of new tokens are scheduled to be unlocked. Supply will increase, but is the demand enough to keep the balance? Ultimately, it depends on one thing. Does the popularity and use of MapleStory universe grow faster than the token supply? That is what will determine MapleStory-N's make it or break it situation. Let me know down in the comments what are your thoughts and opinions, and if you have not tried MapleStory-N, now would be a good time to give it a shot and see it for yourself. I'll catch you in the next one.